Hello and welcome back again to some Banjo-Kazooie. I'm the Comic Foil, hanging out in my home as I've been doing for quite a while now, and we're going to head over to Clanker's Cavern today, if I can remember how to actually get there. Okay, that's the actual entrance to the level, so I think I need to go back through here. Yeah, something about like how segmented Grunty's lair is. I never found it as easy to navigate as the levels themselves. I guess it is like the biggest area in the game though. This doesn't seem right either. Let me just head up here and see. So we got that big talon jump. We got... Okay, we're not even going to be able to go through that door. This is more over where, like, Bubble Gloop Swamp is, I think. If we can remember correctly. So we're just way off track here. Yeah, let's go back there. There's a big fish. There's a big angry piranha in that lake down there. I like him a lot. He's pretty cool. Okay, so if that path leads to the beach... Why is she so mean? Wait, we went in that top one already. Is it the lower pipe? It should have something to do with pipes because it's Clanker's Cavern. So let's just... Oh hey, it's a ding pot. I've activated a magic cauldron. If I find two of the same color, I can use it to teleport around Grunty's lair. Also, if I can jump correctly and stop being such an amateur. Okay. Yeah, that's not actually good for me yet. It's an invulnerability feather, which I cannot yet use. It's also, Oh, cool. Found this over here, too. I love the way they use the invulnerability feathers in Smash Brothers, how they incorporated the Wonder Wing as a side special. I had been thinking, like, Wonder Wing would be a good move for Banjo's side special if you were ever put in, but I always thought of it as being like a slower move that would make him invulnerable, but he would move slower. The way they did it was like really cool, and the whole like limited limited ammo on it. Okay, it was just up here. There we go. I gotta like mash. If you want to place all in the picture, just press Z. Yes, I do want to place them all in the picture. Okay, and now we got to go back over there to where we were. So my memory is going to fail me more and more as we go on with this. Before I go up there into Clanker's Cavern, though, let me check down this path right here so I can activate him. What color are you? You're like purple. But I think that's a useful one for teleporting around the stage faster. Oh, I didn't even see that Ikambokum back there. Okay, and that took 5 minutes way too long, but we are over here now. We're actually not even to where we can get over there yet. How do I gotta, like, lift those platforms up. There's a switch. Okay. Alright, this is coming back to me. Good one, Grunty. Anybody ever make a meme using, like, all those guys going, like, oh, where, like, it's Grunty and her sisters from the second game? Okay, and we raised the platform there so we can, like, get up on top of that pipe over there later, but, Yeah, let's get started with Clanker's Cavern, which is a very interesting level. Okay, I do remember more or less where it is hidden now. So, I need to drop down and I can jump up over there. Yeah, I feel like kind of... There's a few levels in this game that I would call, like, water levels, because this is another... You know, Beach is water level adjacent for Treasure Trove Cove, and then this is another where water serves a very large function, but it's a lot more industrial now. So, yeah, we're not even at the part that makes this level exciting yet, though. We got more and more precarious jumps, and when I was a kid, this was usually the furthest level I would get to anytime I played the game, because this is where everything would start freaking me out too much. Like, did you see that thing that came out and bit me? But that's not even the, like, scary part of this level. Banjo-Kazooie likes its industrial levels a lot. I guess Rare in general likes its industrial levels. I think of, like, the factory levels from Donkey Kong Country. That was, like, a popular, like, late-game theme. But here it's, like, so early in the rotation. And then there'll be another level later called Rusty Bucket Bay, which is also very industrial and also very aquatic. Alright, we got you. And let's get this last node over here that we screwed up getting before. Yeah, you have to either, like, wait for those things to jump out and just, like, let them pass, or you gotta be really aggressive and attack them right away. Speedrunners can do those real fast. Okay, so this, like, kind of intro room here is done, but now we can dive down into the real meat of potatoes in this stage. So, I talked about how scary Snacker the Shark was in Treasure Trove Cove when I was a kid. Wait, where's the actual entrance? Okay, it's down there. Something about the whole music and the fact that he hurts you and stuff like that, and also just, like, being underwater is very vulnerable. You don't have all of your moves, you're slowly running out of air. So, whose sadistic idea was it to make this hole and then put this giant thing right at the mouth of it? Sorry, I need to grab these notes because I don't want to come back down for them. But you see what I mean? Like, just grabbing notes in this is, like, scary because you don't have enough air. Yeah, so this is Clinker. He is a terrifying thing to see after swimming through that hole, but he's very friendly. He is a trash grinder that just happens to be shaped like a giant shark. And also a whale. He has a blowhole like a whale, but he has gills like a shark. But it doesn't matter either way because he is purely mechanical. And this entire level, Clanker's Cavern, revolves entirely around him. So I think the best way to do this is going to be to go around the stage counterclockwise from where we entered, because I don't exactly remember where everything is. This was usually, like, where I would give up on a run of the game, because I was just too freaked out, and I would decide to go play something else, like Yoshi's Story or Kirby 64. I was just... I'm like a very fearful person, and I was just afraid of a lot of things when I was a kid. Also, just... I didn't beat a lot of games when I was a kid. The first game I ever, like, got to the credits of was Yoshi's Story. And I remember that feeling like a really big deal for me, even though that is a very short run, Yoshi's Story. A run through of that game can be very quick. Definitely something you can do in an afternoon. There is Jinjo number 2. But I think also a big part of it was I did want to get every Jiggy and every note, so after, like, struggling to conquer my fears through Treasure Trove Cove and then getting to this place, this was usually where I'd give up because I would want to get either everything or nothing. So let's check what's in this tube here. Yeah, the gold feathers aren't really what I need right now. I think there should be something more useful in this pipe. Yes, notes. Ugh. I'll come back for those other two. Let's just try and get these. Because you don't want to drown, because if you drown, you end up having to collect all those notes again. It's a little bit frustrating. Also, I keep pressing... How many other games are there where Z is how you dive instead of B? Because I keep trying to use Z to dive. But okay, here we go. And I would get most of them here. I also always knew what levels were ahead because I had the player's guide for this game. When I started getting Nintendo Power, I think my subscription bonus got me like 3 free Nintendo Power player's guides. So I have the one for Banjo-Kazooie. And I think at the same time I got Yoshi's Story. I used to buy a lot of player's guides. I mean, now you know you just check the internet for that kind of stuff, but back then, it wasn't that you couldn't check the internet, it was just less of a prospect. We only had, you know, one big computer. If somebody else was on it, then that was it. And using the internet, you know, for us was using AOL, so like nobody could use the phone. And it was much more of a hassle. Now, looking for things online is so easy. Okay, and we get this room here with the... Oh, whoops. I accidentally skipped their dialogue, but these are called, Oh, I got locked in there. These are mutant snippies. And they must die. They talk with kind of a lisp, sort of like Klungo, actually. Yeah, and they're the same color as Klungo, they have the same kind of speech pattern, and they have the thing where, like, one eye is bigger than the other. That's a weird connection I never thought of. Here we go. Oh, Snippet. Snippet mutants. Cool, and that's only our first Jiggy in this place, so I think I'm gonna make Clanker's Cavern a 2-episode run. As much as I'd like to do all of Banjo-Kazooie in, like, 10 episodes, I'm just not that fast, guys. But yeah, I like this, like, sped-up version of it. I remember going in this room and having a lot of trouble with it. I also remember being preoccupied with the light coming out of this for a really long time. Like, I thought that must be something. You know, when you're younger and you don't really have, like, video game literacy yet, you don't know exactly what you're looking for. Now you can kind of, once you've played a lot of video games, you can kind of look at games and tell what information is significant and what isn't. Okay, and before I mess around with this stuff up here, I think I want to try and dive into this here pipe. Yep. Alright, and that's one of our honeycombs there. So, oh, I see another pipe I can dive through down there. Something important in there I don't recall. I think it's just eggs. It is just eggs. Alright, we're not going to try too hard to collect eggs. Instead, we're going to go right down the center. Being underwater and being told to go down deeper, that was just... I was not having that when I was a kid. Okay. So, I'm down so low, I will surely drown, except we're going to make like Sonic and collect air bubbles to be able to breathe better, which is good because I also want to collect all the musical notes while I'm down here. It's also a key. This is really where it tests how accurately you can swim while you're under pressure, figuratively and literally, because by now the water pressure would be really getting to Banjo, would be really crushing him. He's gonna have serious bends when he comes up. Yeah, he's not talking to us right now because we haven't gone close enough yet to activate his dialogue, but that's Gloop. And he's just, I guess, a fish that hangs out down here. Alright, let's also remember that there's a Jinjo down here, but we'll grab... We're taking notes. Are you guys taking notes? Oh man, this is so clumsy and awkward. Alright, Gloop. I need those bubbles. It's nice of him to explain how it works. And is it just me, or was the swimming controls a lot tighter in the sequel? Because I'm having more trouble with this than I remember having before. Okay. So... Good, I got through the key once. There's another one over there. So imagine having, you know, the motor skills of a 7-year-old and trying to do this. You would give up too. Though I don't know, I hear people all the time when I say stuff like this, and they're like, oh, well, my cousin beat Ocarina of Time when he was 3. And it's like, well, I didn't ask you, except I guess I just kind of did. But, like, shut up, man. It's not a competition. This is a single-player game. Don't judge me. We all develop at different rates, and I had and still have a lot of neuroses when it comes to things like challenges. But yeah, there were just a lot of games that I had. I would have a lot of games that I wouldn't beat, because I just had it in my head that you could only beat, like a video game could only be beat if you were really, really good at it, and otherwise it would be impossible. And for some reason, you know, the failure of it was, like, scary. But okay, yeah, we're raising Clanker. Also, one thing I both like and hate is the sound Banjo makes when he gets up to air. Did you hear that big? Because, like, that's how I feel all the time. Alright, so not only does this get us a Jiggy, but now Clanker is surfaced, so we can actually achieve a lot more this way. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Alright, and now he says his teeth hurt. We'll help you out with that too, Clanker, but hold on first. Okay, how do I open the door for that one there? I don't remember, but let's at least collect these notes here while we see them and remember to come back here. Yeah, speedrunners will, like, just jump right into those while doing the rat-a-tat-rat. Rat-a-tat... Rat? Rat-a-tat attack? It's not like a rap. What is that? No, I think it's rat-a-tat-rat. Rat-a-tat-tat would make more sense, though. Yeah, I guess I forget the name of that move. Okay, but we got that, and this is his weird blowhole thing, which shoots up every once in a while, which will allow me to get over here. Is there anything? No. Alright. So, carefully go through here. The reason why people hate Rusty Bucket Bay so much, well, one of the reasons, is because there's a part that's even more treacherous of a walkway than this, and falling is insta-death, and you need to do it under a time limit at one point to get a Jiggy. So we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So let's see what we can do about your tooth problems. Yep, you're obsessed. Is that the word? We need to punch out these teeth. Toothache this side gone. Clanker swallowed. Reward. Okay, but there is another tooth that can come out on this side. One of the first power-ups you get in Banjo-Kazooie is actually the ability to aim your eggs in first person. Alright, you're welcome. So now we can actually go inside Clanker, and is there... Yeah, that's right. So instead of dropping down right now, I'm actually going to go around to the other side and get this tooth. If I miss a few Mumbo tokens, I'm really okay with that, because on the, on the results screen, it shows how many Jiggies, notes, and honeycomb pieces you've gotten. It doesn't track how many Mumbo tokens you've collected, even though there is a limited number of them around. And yeah, you have way more than enough, so as long as I can do the transformations in the other 4 stages that require them, I have enough Mumbo tokens. But if I see one, you know, I'm compulsively gonna want to grab it. So yeah, Clanker's got like a whole ecosystem thing. See what I mean about the level design, though? It kind of like all makes sense. It's like easily memorable, because you got the room leading into Clanker, and then you got the room Clanker's in at different levels, and then you got inside Clanker, and it's all kind of like centralized around a single landmark. Okay, and here I'm supposed to race through the rings, whichever one turns green, that's the one I want. Is it up here? Okay. Shoot. Might need to take another try at this then. Trying not to swim too close to that thing that I get hit. Okay, if we stay calm, we can still do it, though. Remember to press B to dive instead of Z, and we got it by 1 second. Very nice, which, importantly, raises the water level in here, but also gets the Jiggy. The progression through these levels is really interesting, too, because sometimes there is a certain order you need to do things in, but, like, it kind of helps you manage what you're doing a lot more, so you're not as overwhelmed when you first walk into a level in this game. Clanker has a flight pad in him, which I'm pressing the wrong button on. Okay, and you can see there's a little passage up there. I think if you drop down the blowhole, you can get into there. Like, if you're on the outside and you go into the blowhole, it'll drop you into this room. And there's another way into Clanker from the outside also. There's the, Oh, I should have... Yeah, I think those 2 passages down there you can access by swimming in through Clanker's gills. Because he is both a whale and a shark, but he is not a whale shark, because that's a different thing. Whale sharks don't have big, sharp teeth the way Clanker does. Also, Clanker doesn't eat krill, he eats garbage. Mark this with a gold feather, because this room is very important to gold feather collectors. This move uses Biko's wings as a shield against the bad guys. Though right here, we're not going to use it against bad guys so much as the environment. Alright, so valuable. Alright, so that is all from bottles in this level. But yeah, these blades would completely destroy us if I didn't have the Wonder Wing. Though I think some speedrunners like to just kind of rush through this room anyway. But you see how it's kind of like a slow walk? So I didn't imagine it as a charge move in Smash Brothers. I thought it would be like more of a just invulnerable state, and then you could like run forward at Banjo's normal speed. But the way they do it in Smash Brothers is really cool. It's got a good feel to it. It also makes it like Banjo has the best side special in the game, hands down. What is down here? A Jinjo. Is that our 5th Jinjo? No. Okay, and that's the way out through the gills. I actually don't want to go out that way, but my momentum almost carried me out that way. Let's instead go in through here. There's also a big thing in the N64 era that a lot of stuff was taking place inside of fish. Because you got Clanker, and you got Lord Jabu Jabu in Ocarina of Time. I know that's like a thing from like Jonah and the Whale and Pinocchio going inside big whales or fish or something like that, but that was never really a motif I liked very much. And you go inside things' stomachs in Banjo-Tooie also, come to think of it. Alright, gonna keep on moving, because I don't know, maybe we can finish this today. Though I don't remember where the other honeycomb is. That might be a problem. Okay, so we go up here, and we get this weird jumping business where you're jumping between shelves. It is kind of a good use of Banjo-Kazooie's unique jumping capabilities. Not that unique, because, you know, a lot of games have some form of double jump, but you know, it makes sense that you'd be able to change direction in midair when you think about the mechanics of how these two jump. As far as double jumps go, it's not one of the more useful double jumps in platformers, but the problem with double jumps in platformers is that you start using them all the time, even when you don't need them. You get very reliant on them. Okay. And up here, is there anything on the other side I should be jumping for? Okay, there's also a pipe on that side. I may need that later as well. Okay, but it's gonna be the same thing over here. Oh, it's not gonna be, it's only gonna be one set of shelves here. Is that it? Is that it for over here? I see the... Oh yeah, and we still need to figure out how to open that one grate that we haven't figured out yet. Also, he says "uh-oh" when he like is falling, but I always thought it sounded like he was saying "jumbo," like mumbo jumbo, and that I always thought that was really weird. But no, I guess he's saying "uh-oh." It just has this kind of J sound to it, I feel like. I don't know. Does anybody else hear it? All right, there's our last Jinjo. Can you see me? Can you see my dance? Alright, and how steep is this? So at least soon we'll have our 100 notes and be able to leave the stage without losing any progress. Alright, and there's the other honeycomb for this stage. Which also means we get more health. That's awesome. And are there any underwater openings on this side that I need to get through? Okay, there is a passage there. Okay, I think we need to go through that hole right down here. So we need a few more jiggies, a few more notes, and we need the witch switch. See, now I have more confidence, now that I've done this before, that I'll have enough air to make it through here, but when I was younger, that didn't seem so sure. You were like, are they going to give me enough time to get back out of here? But no, if you're confident, you have plenty of time. I'm not even gonna try and readjust the camera behind me. I'm just gonna... You ever see that movie Gattaca? The trick is I never saved anything for the swim back. That's what that makes me think of. How do I open that up there, though? I'm pretty sure we already went through this hole. That's the mutant snippies, right? I'm pretty sure, but I'm checking it out anyway because I don't want to be missing something obvious. Yep, sure is. Okay. Sorry, mutant snippets. The snippet mutants. You gotta, like, add a bunch of unnecessary S's there, too. Alright, what if I drop down the blowhole here? Is that... Okay, there is another room down here. This is a different room entirely, and that's where the witch switch is. Okay. And that, gives her even googlier eyes there in the main room. Okay, so this is where one more jiggy is, and the last of the musical notes. Awesome. Okay, that leaves just one more. But where's the other switch I'm supposed to hit? Also, then what was that other pathway I just saw? I am stuck on the ceiling. Oh dear. Okay, so I drop down here. What if I go out this way? Yeah, that just takes me to the room here. Okay, you know what I'm kind of worried about? I'm kind of worried it might have been that thing still on the overworld, like I was supposed to hit a button out there that would open that grate. They wouldn't... This game doesn't do stuff like that, does it? I don't remember the game ever acting like that, but... I don't know, maybe there's something I'm not remembering. I do have all of the musical notes now, though, so it's not really hurting me to leave the stage. Or is it so simple as, like, I can break it? This thing does seem not so durable. Oh, okay. Oh man, I forgot that it could, like, be something like that. Yeah, that didn't... Huh, that goes against my, like, current video game sense that you could, like, you didn't need to hit, like, a switch to open that door. Huh, okay. Well, that is everything in Clanker's Cavern. So yeah, this did not take as long as I had been expecting. We got it all done in one episode. Why don't we go back then and grab that one from the witch switch that we hit back in the overworld, and then we'll call it a day. Bye, Clanker. I will not see you again. I think Clanker reappears in, Nuts and Bolts. I think he's either, like, in the Banjo Land stage, or there's, like, vehicle parts that reference him. Is that true? The developers had said before that they really wanted Clanker to come back in Banjo-Tooie, but they just, like, couldn't find a place for him. Because he is, like, very big. Yeah, at some point I'll have to talk about Nuts and Bolts. Maybe I can have my rant on that next episode. Alright, so that brings us back out here into the main stage, or into Grunty's hideout. What is the actual name of this place again? Witch's Lair? Okay, Brentilda's here. She wants us to know that she wears massive bloomers under that repulsive dress of hers. Well, I mean, yeah, I don't really know what else she would wear. She has also got this nasty pet dog whose name is Leg Chomper. And she sings in her own band, Grunty and the Broomstick Boys. They're awful. I mean, you know, a lot of bands are awful, amateur bands. Okay, yeah, there was this switch up here. I was afraid maybe I needed to hit that switch to open up something in the stage, but yeah, the game doesn't really do things like that. But then again, the game doesn't usually do something like have eggs break grates. I'm glad I didn't waste my time coming out here and looking for that, though. So yeah, I opened that. I'm not actually going that direction right now, but I'll go there later, too. Oh, actually, I wonder if the painting for Bubble Gloop Swamp is back there. Maybe I should have done that. Now, we're keeping our eye on the prize, though, so we're going to come in here, hit these eyeballs that popped out, and that's going to get us Jiggy number 34. Alright, well, thank you for watching again. Comic playing Banjo-Kazooie. I'm having a lot of fun here. Hope you're having a lot of fun, too. Let me know what you think in the comments. Say hi. I'll probably... I mean, I do read 100% of my comments. I know I don't always get back to you guys, but, you know, I'll see it. It'll brighten my day. If you have any questions, I'll probably answer them. I'm too curious. I have too much curiosity. This episode's going long, but I want to see what's back here in this hole. Come on, swim, you little bear bird. This is either where the portrait is or where the actual stage is. Yeah, that looks like the portrait up there. Cool. Alright, we'll do that today, too. Yeah, it's making frog sounds, so this is Bubble Gloop Swamp related. Yeah, you can open up a lot of the stages before you go in the previous ones. Press Z to fill them all in at once. Yeah, Bubble Gloop Swamp. I always thought that giant croc head there looked like some kind of, like, playset. Like for Matchbox cars or something like that. Don't you feel like there's always like a giant T-Rex head or a giant gator head or something like that? Anyway, I'm just going on and on, so I'm going to stop here. I'm the Comic Foil. I'll see you next time.